Let's go to stock picks. Chris, we had a question coming through around Mr. Price, but I parked that for Wednesday because yours is Pepkor.
Yes. So the stock pick is Pepkor. So a couple of points around this. I mean, the share post the last placement by IBEX, I mean, the placement was done at 25.45. The share got up to, I think, just touching distance of 28 Rand. I think the challenge that for it coming off those 28 Rand levels is that there was basically a secondary placement. Because if you remember the terms of the IBEX placement, the creditors into IBEX got a significant portion of the placement. And what actually happened is that post those shares settling, the creditors actually started bleeding those shares into the market. So you had like a two-stage placement come through. We do think that a lot of that secondary placement by the creditors has come out through the wash now over the past couple of weeks. And that's why the share actually fell about R1 below the placement level. I think it got to about 24.50 last week. At current levels, I mean, I think Pepkor is probably one of the best placed companies to operate and gain market share in this value segment via Pep and Ackermans. But I think the big growth driver going forward is going to be their fintech division that does payments as well as actually extend credits. And in a declining rate environment, you should get some support as well to grow revenue off that division. I mean, you're going to have a macro tailwinds as well with regards to this rate cuts, and then also potentially population growth supporting that baby and kids segment of this. And I think the other point that we like as well is that management have got significant alignment with shareholders, with Peter Erasmus also buying a significant chunk of shares last month. So that ticks the box from an alignment point of view. I mean, at a 13 multiple, it's there or thereabouts, similar in line with Mr. Price, but I think Pepkor does give you a much larger growth potential to extend their offering both in SA as well as with Grupo Avenida in Brazil. That's the stock pick for us.
And that Flash, the Flash is, I mean, Mr. Price has a bit, but Flash is absolutely brilliant. And then Jonathan, Capitec.
Okay, so I'm going with Capitec, growth share or growth company. They came out with a trading update about a month ago, on the 13th of August. And this is for the half year. And basically they said HEP's going to be up anywhere between 22 to 27%. From 55, 44 a year ago. So that takes them to anywhere between 67 to 70. On the announcement, the shares did ease. They eased back. I think the market, the same old story, buy on rumor, sell on fact. They were up to just short of 33,700 and then dipped all the way down to about 3,400. Now they're about 3,500. But great company. Those numbers actually are going to be released in 2 weeks' time on the 1st of October. And I mean, we expect a continued uptick in net interest income, increase in loan disbursements with the credit loss ratio remaining stable, and also an increase in net transaction income, Simon, as active client numbers increase and transaction volumes continue to grow. They're trading on a 29 times multiples. I mean, this growth is kind of in line with their multiple. Having said that, they might be flat for a while, but certainly on weakness, closer to the 3,000, 3,200 level, I'd be accumulating. My view is that they're going to continue growing at 20% plus for the next couple of years, based on what they're doing and getting into different areas of business too.
Yeah, absolutely. And that 29 PE sounds scary until you see their growth. And then it's like, but then it's a peg of one. And then it's like, actually, this is not a problem. But we'll leave it there for Stockwatch today. Thanks to our guests, Jonathan Fisher, PSG Wealth Sandton Grayston, and Chris Reddy, All Weather Capital. Remember to tune in tomorrow at 5 p.m. We'll be bringing you the JSE Stock Pick event, where you will get inside analysis on some of the stocks that are catching the eyes of the investor community. That's right here on Business Day TV. Up next, the close. Stay watching.
Stockwatch is brought to you by Merchant West. Where others stop, we push further. Because we believe business as usual doesn't lead anywhere new. Go beyond with Merchant West. Finance, invest, insure.